We heard a beautiful and interesting story in the first reading. We might interpret this literally. And yet, the message of this is there is the transfer of power. God made sure that He would always guide, take care of His people even when they were rebellious. So He would send prophets to lead them, to speak His heart, to deliver His message. So Elijah is an important figure in the Old Testament. We heard how he passed his power, which he received from God, which is not human power, so that Elisha, his successor, could continue his role to lead the people. So we have that notion that he did not die because there was that fiery chariots that he took so that he could go to the heavens. And yet, as I said, his role is quite important, quite impactful, because even the Jews, when they have a gathering, when they celebrate a feast, they would leave a seat for Elijah, or they will have a special plate so that they could be reminded of Elijah. They had that belief that he was still around to join them. So they tried to give space for Elijah, though he was physically absent, and yet since they were told he will come again. And so even during the time of Jesus, some people thought he was Elijah because of that notion that he will come again. Yet what's important is Elijah and all the prophets, they were very faithful to their mission, even if there were some obstacles, even if they were threatened with death, they were ready to give up their lives. For us, my dear friends, in baptism we share the threefold role of Christ as priest, prophet, and king. So we also have a prophetic role, not just to listen to the word, but to live it out and to share it, to proclaim it by our deeds. In the gospel, again, Jesus reminds us that it's not enough to do good deeds. We have to have the right motive. Some people do good deeds, but they have the wrong motive. In that way, whatever we do when we have the wrong motive, it's not that pleasing to the Father. Now, sometimes people will do something, they announce it. They want attraction. They want, people to praise them. So this is what Jesus reminds us. Whatever you do, fasting, prayer, almsgiving, you have to do it with the right motive, imitating God, without asking, without waiting for any reward, without attracting people. But we do things because we believe and we act like God's children. It's not to attract attention, it's not to get people's praise, but to imitate the Father so that we could be considered, we could be seen as His loving children. Those who love me, they keep, they do, they act on my word. Amen.